Okay guys, Tim and I have decided we are gonna furniture flip. So we're either getting it super cheap off Facebook Marketplace or off the side of the road. I think we can make some money at it. Not sure, but we're gonna try. Let's get into it. We got this beauty off Facebook Marketplace for 40 bucks. It's 2 pieces, so a mirror and a 3-drawer stand. Now this looks like it's built very well, but the hand pieces, they aren't gonna make it through the transition. As we go to the back, you can see the sides, there's not much wrong with it, but as we go to the back, there's no stamp on it, so we don't know who made it, who the manufacturer is. Likely a handmade piece. And that top, oh my God, it needs some love. Sorry feet, you're not gonna make it.
The drawers of this dresser were a mess. There was still some garbage left in them. They're made out of shiplap bottom and they need a lot of work. Time to take out the hardware. Even though we're not gonna be using it, I like to save it. You never know down the road when you might need a weird piece of something for something else.
Sanding, everyone's favorite part. We decided to take this one right down to the wood because of all the scratches and damage on the surface. Tim's getting a little ambitious with this though.
This drawer was damaged. I had to take it all apart. You can see, look at it squishing down when I push on it. It's come apart in 2 different places. I had to use a couple of wedges here to pull the base away from the drawer so I could pull out the nail with ease, and then slowly and carefully pull out each board. It was a pain in the butt. The glue between the neck slats down has also started to give away a little bit too. Quick little bead of LePage wood glue, and I'll be clamping this all together and setting it aside so it can dry for the night. The second drawer down needed a little bit of glue as well. The very bottom of the drawer had started to come apart. Another bead of glue here. The laminate at the very back of the dresser had started pulling apart. So put a little bit of glue in. I'm going to use 2 2x4s on either side, and then I'm going to use 3 of my clamps here just to clamp it up nice and tight. The top of this dresser was so scratched up, it took forever to sand it down. I think I was doing it for about 40 minutes.
So once Tim was done sanding, I decided that I needed to wash this, and you do need to wash it. I just used a tablespoon of TSP with some hot water and went over all of the areas and then used hot water to get it all off. Look at me go. I didn't know that I could clean so fast, but thanks, Tim. Tim moved the drawers over for me and I continued my cleaning method. It was very important to do this so the paint would adhere properly, and I didn't want to bend anymore.
Hey Mel, what's the water look like?
Kind of murky and gross.
Ew. And I thought it was pretty clean already.
It's always important to clean your piece before you paint.
Yeah, definitely.
So guys, Tim and I have decided we are going to take some of our hidden talents and turn it into something adventurous. Something we enjoy doing together as a couple is we enjoy refinishing furniture. I'm a chalk painter. I haven't done chalk painting for a while. I've kind of got out of the groove of it, but it's very cathartic for me. And Tim, well, he likes to sand all the furniture. We're gonna do this together as a project. And as we do our projects, we're trying to do a few things. One, we're trying to do it on a very limited budget. We want to see how much we can get for each piece. So for example, this piece we're working on today cost us $40. We paid $40 cash. We've not invested another dime into it except for some sandpaper. We've sanded it, we've given it a good wash, and now we are going to start painting it. Painting it or staining it, we've been back and forth about. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to stain the outside of this cabinet. This cabinet also comes with a mirror. Tim is going to be taking that mirror apart and he's going to sand it down, and then we will stain it and varathane it. Everything that we are using, we currently have. So any chalk paint we're using, Any pulls we have, they are coming from our garage or other projects that we've purchased previously. So this one is red oak. We're gonna let that go for a minute, see what we think. Next is black cherry. Last is Kona. And then the drawers, Tim has found some chalk paint in the garage and he's conveniently stole some of my kitchen gadgets and to mix it back up. Tim, what are you doing?
I found this old paint and I'm just mixing it up to see if it'll work.
Are you using my whisk from the house?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So we're gonna use that. So again, no money invested other than the original $40 because we had all of the things on hand. So the reason we are doing this is to bolster our retirement savings. We want to buy a retirement home, whether it's a mobile home or a place down east, we aren't sure yet. So our big winner was Kona. It's gonna give us a desired look that we want so that it'll sell, and it looks really hot right now. So I'm gonna actually stain this entire piece of the dresser with the Kona. I'm just gonna wipe it on gently with my brush and wipe off any excess with my paper towel. Let's start. And remember, always stain with the grain. Some people don't do this step, but I like to. We're gonna flip it over so we get our bottom done properly. Oh, that's perfect. So I'm gonna use this flat chalk paint that I found in my garage. I also have a little tiny bit of water so I can dip my brush into it. I'm gonna start with this drawer here. And because this drawer was sanded so beautifully, it is gonna really soak up the paint. We're probably gonna have to do 2 or 3 coats and get this exactly to the desired color we want. Tim says I'm a messy painter.
Not that you're messy.
Oh, see, that tape just saved me.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram for more great content about flipping furniture.
Other people use a spray bottle for this. You can, but I'm just gonna paint.
So while Mel is painting that, I'm gonna try to remove the mirror from this.
What are you doing?
I just took the frame of the mirror apart, and I'm gonna just sand it so we can get it stained the same color as the dresser.
So Tim re-sanded these because we just weren't happy with the finish of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray them down with some water. And again, I still have my little bit of water here and my chalk paint. Chalk paint is very thick. If you add water, you're gonna be able to have your brush glide just a little nicer down your piece. My husband keeps getting a little bit upset with me because of these bubbles. The bubbles in this paint is actually the calcium that's mixed in with the chalk, the actual paint that makes it chalk paint. Because this is so old, this is why we need the water, is to thin it out. Now, Tim and I weren't exactly happy on the look in the beginning. So we've decided to opt and do a third coat. Sometimes with old chalk paint, that's what you have to do. Typically, it's a one and done, or you just do some touch-ups, at least in my experience. But this is coming along nice, so I'll be happy to get this painted and finished so it can dry tonight and then let it cure. Okay, so we had a huge issue when we tried to attach the poly to this dresser. So the poly actually turned white and started to flake, so we decided we would go to a plan B. So we spent $10 and we bought, oh, I'll turn it this way so you can see the English bottle. We bought some Minwax gel stain, and I've done the front and the top, and it actually really looks nice. And this is relatively easy to apply. It looks like chocolate pudding, so that's the consistency. And then the instructions are to apply it, let it sit for 3 minutes, and wipe it off. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start applying. So we're finished. So far it looks amazing. A lot of hard work. Tim is now acting as the prop boy. And this is how we were able to get a background. So we are gonna list this and see what it goes for on Facebook Marketplace. Ever have a piece of furniture that you're working on and you're like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done. This is probably the hardest piece of furniture we've ever refinished. So not that we've refinished a ton, we have done a lot. I do a lot of chalk painting, but sanding this down to natural, starting from scratch, it's been definitely a lesson in love. I love the handles on it. I think that the handles are the best part. But we ended up having to gel stain the whole project, which was okay. We worked hard on it.
So let's figure out our costs. We paid $40 for the dresser, $5 for the sandpaper, and $10 for the Minwax. That's $55 that we have in our piece. So we learned a lot about this piece. First of all, the staining and the poly. So we had stained this piece, and then we used poly, and we found out that the issue with the poly was we applied too much. So don't apply too much poly.
And we're learning. This is like we've never done this professionally before.
We've just done it for our home,
Yeah.
and we chalk paint. I mean, I chalk paint quite a lot. Tim applies the finish. All right, so this was so much fun to do. I have to tell you, Tim and I do projects together all the time. This one almost got us a divorce. Right?
Yeah, I'm very detail oriented, and Mel is very efficient about her time. So she likes to get things done, and I like to take my time and do them slowly.
We also, in our next video, we are prepared for another flip. That's the best part. We have so many pieces now to flip, and
I think right now in the garage we've got 8 other pieces to flip. So lots of content.
Lots of content. So go over to our Instagram page, because you will see us there.
And as of filming, this did not sell, but we will update it on Instagram as soon as it does sell.
That's right. So who are you?
I'm Tim.
I'm Mrs. Always Right. Have yourself a wonderful Sunday. We will see you next Sunday. And don't forget to consider clicking that like, subscribe, and just go tell your friends. This is Melanie from Melanie at Home Life.
Bye.